Hola amigos, me llamo Shai. Welcome to this channel. Today I'm going to be saying or talking about. I keep messing up. We will keep going this time. Forget that. Don't come to Merida if what? Okay, so find out now through this video. Make sure y'all like this video, comment down below, and share this video, and subscribe to the channel because it don't cost you nothing. All right. So anyway, don't come to Merida if you do not have patience. The culture here, like I say in most of my videos, it's very laid back, it's very calming, it's very relaxing. The people reflect that. Okay. So sometimes the service may be a little slow. I've shared experiences with you all where sometimes I'm in a line on the weekend at night and trying to get some food, grocery shopping, and I'm in a line for like 30 minutes to 40 minutes because there's so many people there. You understand what I'm saying? I've waited in line for like hour for like maybe like 50 minutes for something before. And it's like that sometimes. If you don't have patience, you won't survive here in Merida because the culture is laid back, it's calming. And I mean, I'm here for it. But as an American, well, as a North American, sometimes we are really fast paced and we like to have things fast. We're just so used to that fast culture, that fast, rapid, you know, that life that we all, I ain't gonna say hated, but just really didn't desire a life like that. It was so fast paced. You didn't have time for your family. You didn't have time for your friends. You didn't have time for your kids, your husband. You didn't have time for you, because you were in the rat race. But that's what the USA has taught us to be. To be competitive and to be the best and to keep working, 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 working. It's not like that here. Okay, so you got to drop that disposition real quick when you get here because I'm telling you, it's not going to be good for you. Okay, it's not going to be good. Okay, so there was an article. I wanted to bring this out. This is the whole reason why I'm making this video because there was an article, and the article stated that it went up. You know what I'm saying? It went up, but the article stated this was the headlines that Americans were getting angry at the service here in Merida. So it's a video of this woman going off on one of the waiters, or was it a cashier or something like that? I didn't dive deep into that conversation into that article, but I thought the headlines was enough for me. I was like, no, I'm not gonna read that because it's like I don't want to think that every I don't want to even for 1 second have that perspective about. I hope that the Yucatels are not aggravated with us. You know what I mean? Because like it's embarrassing because we are all out here in this country, and we are, they call us Americanos, and how one of us act really reflects on all of us, regardless of our race, so-called race. Regardless of our skin color. It's like embarrassing. So I feel like I have to be extra nice to the locals because I don't want to like leave a bad name or a bad trace. And I hope that if you're an individual who are coming down here that you kind of feel the same way because if one of us looks bad, we all look bad. And in that sense, we have to behave. And this is because this is these people country. You know what I'm saying? We gotta love it and respect them. And we can't come down here with the motorcycle pass. We can't come down here making dictations. This is not the USA. We can't come down here trying to change things unless it's things for the better, unless it's things that's for the best of the economy, best for everybody as a whole. Like how we need to start recycling here, how we need to probably exercise more here, things like that. I'm not talking about issues like that. I'm talking about issues that conflict the everyday life of the Yucatel people. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm like, what? I've also heard that some Americans were getting together to can make a petition about the noise. Now, y'all know me personally. If you know, you know. I don't particularly care for a lot of noise. I'm very noise sensitive, but I also discovered that there are parts of outside of Merida that is very quiet, like the country suburban type area. That's my area. I'm not gonna rally up a bunch of other Americans or whatever and be like, yeah, let's change the laws here because we don't like the music, we don't like the noise, and got it with the motorcycles, we don't like it. I am not gonna do nothing like that because this is how it has been in America. I am not here to change the culture, but I'm here to adapt to it, and things that I don't like as an Americano, I'm going to have to learn how to either deal with it or find another solution. I'm not going to change the culture. So when you're coming down here, just be mindful of that, please, y'all, because this is a very, very special place. And I personally want to do all that I can and keep it that way. I don't want to like look back and be like, oh, I've said this, I've done this, and this is reflecting on people looking at us in certain ways. And you know what I mean? So I just feel like, be patient. If you don't have patience, if you already know yourself, you should know yourself. Or at least if people tell you that you don't have patience, don't come here. Okay, this narrative's not for you, baby. It's not Mexico City. It's not Cancun. It's not Tulum, baby. It's not Playa. Okay. Look at me rapping from Merida. Okay. But I love Merida, and Merida loves me back. All right. So don't come down here with that type of attitude. All right, please, because this is not your country. All right, we got that one. So number 2, don't come down here. Can't even read my own handwriting. My goodness. Make sure y'all like this video and comment down below and subscribe, and let me know how y'all enjoying it so far while I read my terrible notes, because sometimes I write like a doctor. But anyway. Okay, don't come to Merida if you are expecting everything to be cheap. I don't know if other content creators or advertising prices of like cost of living, or I don't know anything about that because I like to stay in my own lane. At least I haven't seen anybody talking about that stuff. But anyway, it is a topic of discussion because people want to know what's it like there, far as like the money or whatever. I personally don't want to do videos like that. I feel like it's a little tacky. But I will say that your life, in order for a group of people to be happy, understand that according to Maslow, if that's his theory, right? Maslow's theory, right? How human needs basic needs, that hierarchy triangle that you learn in psychology if you took it. And the human basic needs is like water, food, shelter. Next is money, and you need those things to survive or whatever. And a person doesn't have that, then they can't be happy. They can't reach self-actualization and whatnot. So see why? It's the same thing here. If an individual, people are happy here. Let me just. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So you put the pieces together if you want to. Like I said, happy people. In order to reach a state of happiness, that's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, because honestly, when I go to Walmart, if I go to stores and things like that, there's some things that I feel like, oh, I've been paying back home, I've been paying this much. And then there's some items or some things that I want to do or situations, and I'm like, okay, well, this is higher than in the States or whatever, especially like the imported items and things like that. They're higher here, because they're being imported from another country. So some things I'm like, what the? It's not cheap. And some things I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And of course, it's going to depend on the economy and how basically the market. Okay, if the market is high for something, and depending on where it's being grown and things like that. Like me and my sister was on the phone having a conversation about avocados, how much they cost in the U.S. versus here. Avocados are produced here; they're made here. So of course they're going to be less expensive than they would be in the USA if there are not a lot of farms and whatnot in the USA that are basically breeding and growing avocado. So it's stuff like that. Don't expect that things would be everything will be cheap. Don't expect everything to be expensive. Some things you will pay your country's price for. All right. And of course, as time goes on, with the inflation, things will continue to rise, or sometimes they will just stay there. But the people are happy here. I'll just say that. So you put the pieces together. You do that. You do that on your own. Okay. So everything is not cheap, like I said, but some things are. But Once again, we're not gonna talk about that. So do not come to Merida if you are a person who just loves drama. If you love the drama, you like to watch soap operas, and um you like you like those reality TV shows with all that drama in there. Maybe don't come here looking for drama here in Merida. Don't, because there's no drama here. Okay, there is no drama here. All right. The only drama you're gonna see is on TV. The biggest. Let me tell y'all. My first fight I saw here in Merida. My first fight I saw in Merida was two cats in the back fight. That's the only action you're gonna get. Don't expect no drama. Don't expect no mess, cause it don't exist here. Like it doesn't. Like it doesn't. And don't try to create none. Cause don't start none. Won't be none. All right. You feel me? This is a peaceful place. We're gonna keep it that way. All right. But yeah, Merida is not for you if you love drama and excitement and entertainment in that regard. I know some of us we love that type of stuff, but nah, it's not here. It's not here, sweetheart. It's very little drama here. It's very little. Okay, do not come to Merida, if you cannot sweat every day. If you're one of those people who are cold natured and you're from a city that is like cold or cool and you're not used to dealing with heat and humidity, baby, you might want to reconsider coming to Merida. But I want you to come and but not right now because this is like it's hot. This is summertime for us right now. And baby, it's no joke. You see me with this, you see me keep doing this, and I can't put the AC on because it's loud, it's old. And so like I said, baby, don't come. I can't tell y'all what to do. Y'all grown people. But I'm just trying to advise y'all. If you are not used to this heat, the humidity, if you have bad allergies, don't come to Merida. Don't even do it to yourself. Because you are going to feel it, okay? It's like every day I wake up, I be like, man, it's like living in a freaking sauna. It's like living in an oven. And essentially, I don't know I talk about the homes a lot, but I'm gonna say this again because I think I put this in another video. But the homes here, most of them are made from cinder block concrete. Okay. So it's basically like a pot. Okay, because people cook with cinder blocks in concrete. You can cook stuff in those. There's pots made from those materials. So it's like a pot, basically. The houses are like a pot. Like I told you, if y'all buy a house or rent out a house, make sure you have screen doors so you can open up your doors. See my doors open like that all the time. Because if I close the doors, put the AC on, the AC has to work harder to keep the house cool. But if I were to cut the AC off with the doors and the windows are closed, it's gonna be hot here. Like it's hot right now. But with the fan, it's not that bad. And I would have put the AC on, but y'all won't be able to hear me. You won't be able to hear me because I need it on because I'm sweating bricks. But yeah, if you're not used to the heat, don't even try. Don't do it to yourself. But it's good because I feel like sweating is a healthy thing. In general, it's good to sweat. And I noticed that I feel like me personally, I noticed that the locals don't sweat as much. I know I be looking at them, but maybe it doesn't look like they're sweating. But I swear, I just don't see them sweating like how I sweat. And I'm a very sweaty person, so I sweat easily and fast. I'm like chocolate. You know how chocolate. That's another thing. Your food will be melting. Chocolate and things that are meltable, like ice cream, it's gonna melt fast. Okay, fast, fast, fast. Right. So don't come to Merida if you like cold natured and you can't take the heat. You know what they say, right? Can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. So basically, Merida ain't for you if you like a cold natured. And then not only is it hot, like it's the sun. A lot of sun here. I mean, you got to get up at 5, 6 in the morning to go walk if you're a morning person, and if you're a night person, about 5 or 6 in la tarde, in the afternoon, you got to go walk it at those times because that's when the sun is dusting dawn hours. So just wanted to mention that for somebody. Don't come to Merida if you're not ready to live in the primitive ages. And I'm saying this because a lot of things they're not as this is a developed enough city. We have internet, I mean, we could be more developed than having the internet. I'm just saying. But they have internet, they have malls, they have pretty much everything you have in America. But a lot of things here are very primitive. Like, I don't know. Let me give you some guys an example. Like, the houses are very primitive. A lot of people catch the bus here. A lot of people walk here. Um, as many other things, but I just feel like it just gives me primitive ages. Like even like the thing we call family and love and things like that. Because in the USA, a lot of us don't know what that is. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm saying all of us don't know what it is, but some of us don't know what that is. Just like the old school way of doing things and just their culture of like they're very conservative too. I noticed that too about the locals. They're very conservative. Then people mind their business. All right, they mind their business. Okay, let's go back to the days when we all mind our business. Okay. That's another thing. And then I like how the houses are made. They're very traditional. Like some of the houses where they come with these washboards, sinks or whatever, and like you literally wash your clothes, okay, and you hang your clothes. And I have I don't want a dryer. I don't want a dryer. And I know for a long period of time I was like, I don't want a washer, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and invest in a washer, because I don't know. Sometimes I have other things to do than to be washing all my clothes and stuff like that. But it's nice. It preserves the clothes when you wash them, when you hand wash your clothes. And some clothes, some delicate items, you have to hand wash. So that type of thing, it's like amazing to me. Like it helps you also burn calories. You know what I mean? Like it's primitive. It's something that great grandmother probably had to do before washing machines were even invented. Um, we wonder why them people were back then. They were much more slimmer, because they did a lot. Like they work a lot with their bodies, and we don't really do that. We have so many. We have gadgets. We have gadgets. We have technology. And we basically are replacing humans with technology. So I kind of like it here where it's primitive, like where I see sometimes I'm walking and I'm seeing people's houses. They have ranches, like they have horses and things like that. That's incredible because like you barely ever get to see somebody with a horse or a farm or anything like that in your neighborhood. You usually see that on the outskirts of like in the country somewhere or whatever. But I think that's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. Okay. So yeah, if you're not ready to live like a little bit primitive, well, like I said, we have AC here, we have electricity here, there's internet here. It's not that primitive, but there are things that are very traditional to the Yucatels. Okay. And so I think they keep it because it's cultural. And I like it. I like the fact that they keep that because it's really nice. I like that part about Merida. Um, don't come to Merida if you hate dogs and cats. I said it repeatedly in other videos, and I'm going to say it again. If you are a person who are afraid of dogs and cats, don't come. If you're a person who don't like to hear dogs and cats, don't come. If you're a person who are allergic to dogs and cats, you're going to have trouble. If you're a person who don't like dogs and cats, like you can't stand them, you're scared of them, and don't come because like you're going to see them everywhere. I got like a whole bunch of them back there in the back of my house. I always feed them. I feed the cats and stuff like that because the cats, to me personally, they keep the mice away. I rather have cats than mice. That's my personal pest control trick. But dogs, okay. So a lot of people have dogs. There's over 1 million dogs here. So over 2 million people living in Yucatan, and there are over 1 million dogs. I mean, everybody owns a dog. I can't get over those numbers. Like a little bit. Every time you would hear dogs, you would see them, you would smell them. And there are stray dogs on the street. Nobody bothers them. They don't bother nobody. Okay. At first, I was like, "What the heck is in the USA? You don't see a lot of dogs, little stray dogs. You see them, but usually when I see them in the USA, I'm afraid. But here, I got accustomed to like just seeing them and them not like barking at you or doing you anything or anything like that. But if it's just the dogs. If you're afraid of them or don't like them, they be in the restaurants too. The cats, they be in the malls. They just be randomly looking for food or whatever. But yeah, if you don't like dogs or anything like that, you probably shouldn't come here. And then like there's like birds. Let's talk about the birds. There's like so many beautiful birds. I hear them all the time. Sometimes y'all might hear them in my background just singing and chatting and talking. I mean, who doesn't like bird sounds? I don't know who, but if you're a person who kind of like don't like to hear bird sounds, y'all hear them now? You're a person who don't like to hear bird sounds. I don't know what's wrong with you, but hopefully you're okay. But bird sounds every morning is just so serene. But yeah, don't go to Merida, Mexico if you do not like animals, if you like dogs, because the people here love their animals, they love their cats, they love their dogs. I see people all the time just feeding the cats, just feeding stray cats. I'm one of them people that feed the stray cats. Okay, so yeah, do not come to. This is the last one right here. So do not come to Merida, Mexico if you are a perfectionist. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my work. I like to be perfect and precise with everything I do. I try to be. And we all should try our best with everything we do, right? Now, Merida is a place where sometimes you could try your best for something, but I don't know, it just has a way of teaching you how to not be so perfect because sometimes life is not perfect. And that's just what I get out of it. And I feel like perfectionists will have a hard time because sometimes I have a hard time here because I like to I'm a perfectionist. All right. And then I learned that it's okay not to be perfect with everything. And I think part of like people being a perfectionist probably comes from the part where people are maybe people make you feel and made you feel like you aren't good enough, so you kind of overcompensate. I don't know, but I don't know why I'm personally like that. But I just threw that out there for some reason. I don't know why. But if you're a perfectionist, just know that things will not always go your way in Merida. That's just in life. But I try to use that energy, my perfectionist energy, toward my work to make sure my work is perfect instead of my circumstances. Because I think even when you're a perfectionist person, sometimes life ain't always perfect, but at least I could try to make whatever I create with my hands and my brain perfect. But my life, nah, I can't perfect that. So that's one thing. Like I said in one of my other videos, you can have all these plans in 1 week and then it'll rain the whole week. Like you can't, like you gotta go with the punches here. You gotta roll with it. You like, you really do. Like you have to just like, okay, it is what it is. You gotta have that attitude. It is what it is. Every day. It is what it is. Either sometimes I walk to the store is closed and there's no hours on the door, there's nothing there to warn me or no advertising to warn me that the store is going to be closed. And I walked out here 30 minutes in the sun or whatever. I called my Uber to this place and it was closed. It was gone. It was listed on Google, but it wasn't there. So you have to be patient, especially if you do not know, if you're not fluent in Spanish, especially because sometimes you're going to miss stuff. Stuff can go over your head because you don't speak the language, you don't read it or whatever, or don't understand it. And it's like, I kind of equate learning Spanish, it's like a missing puzzle. Okay. Like a missing puzzle. Pieces to the puzzle. Every time you know a word, you perfect the word, you know how to say it, you adding the puzzle to the bigger picture. And for us people who are not here, who are here, who don't speak Spanish that well, and we're learning, it's like that. It's like we have to just take our time and be patient to get the bigger picture. We have to be a little bit more patient and just, take your time with it because at the end of the day, if you keep practicing, the whole puzzle is gonna come together. It's gonna come together. So it's like that sometimes when you're learning Spanish. It's like, so you gotta take your time. You can't be a perfectionist. You can't expect too much from you or anybody else. I just had to do that out there because that was definitely a personal lesson that I learned was to not be so much of a perfectionist because, you know, or they expect perfection from my life here or just any elsewhere for that matter. Because life is not perfect. It's messy. All right. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what else y'all want me to talk about. Peace.